So that's actually kind of a funny story. So they assigned my companion to be the leader of our group. There were 6 of us going down, 6 or 7, I don't remember. I think there's 6 of us going down to my mission. And so we get on our plane in Salt Lake and we fly to Mexico. Most flights anywhere outside of Mexico fly through the capital. So we get to the capital and it's like at night sometime. It's getting dark. And we don't really know the language all that well. My companion, his parents speak Spanish, so he can understand Spanish more or less, but he couldn't really speak it. And I couldn't really understand that well, but I felt like I had a pretty good handle on speaking. So we kind of had a team effort where he would understand and translate into English, and then I would try to talk back to them. But we got off the plane, and they were like, you need to hurry because your flight's going to leave. But we had to sit and wait and go through the line for customs. And we ended up missing our flight because of that. So luckily, we found someone who was willing to help us, who actually worked at the airport. And he actually got us vouchers to stay at a hotel across the street and booked us a flight for the next day. So we went to the hotel, and we had to pay for the hotel. But these vouchers gave us like a guaranteed space in the hotel. And so we were trying to like talk to the person at the front desk, try to pay. We weren't getting very far. We ended up getting 2 rooms, and then we all just slept in those 2 rooms. But the next day our flight was it was really early in the morning. It was like 5 or 6. So we all got up. They were supposed to have a shuttle that takes us from the hotel to the airport. Well, the shuttle wasn't showing up for a long time. So we're like, crap, we have like a half an hour to get to our plane. So we finally get to the airport. We're running around trying to find the line we're supposed to be in. All the people at the desks are like, no, this is the wrong line. You need to go over there. After a while, we ended up back at the first line we went to, and that was supposed to be the line we were in. And they said, well, you missed your flight. So we were stranded in Mexico City. Didn't know what to do. One of our companions ended up losing his visa. Couldn't find it. So one of the cool things that happened, though, was that we ended up just saying a prayer, trying to calm down. And we found somebody in the airport who found his visa. So we got the visa, and we ended up buying our own plane tickets for the 3rd time to get from the capital of Mexico to our mission. So finally we get on our plane. We're like, okay, great. It's going to be awesome. We get to our mission, and they lose some of our baggage. So we're like, great. So I guess we'll just figure that out later. And when we get there, no one's there waiting for us. No mission president, no anybody. We don't have any way of contacting them. So we're trying to figure out how to get to the mission home, and there's a couple taxis. We asked them if they knew where it was, try to get them to picture, because we knew that the mission home was right next to the temple. So we tried to get them to picture what the Mormon temple looks like. Wasn't working out very well. All of this happening with broken Spanish, and my companion translating to me, and then me trying to speak to them. Luckily, what we ended up doing was I had a payphone card that my mom had sent me with, and I had like $1 left on it. So we ended up calling Salt Lake so that they could call the mission home and to send someone down to pick us up. So we did that, and finally somebody came to pick us up, and it was like, I don't know, it was getting pretty close to being like nighttime. And we get to the mission home, and everyone else was already there, and they're pretty much gone. And so it was just our group left. So we had to stay the night. We had a really short dinner, short discussion with the mission president, and then we were off onto our areas. So the first week was really hard as far as the Spanish goes. Trying to understand everyone and teach at the same time. I think what got me through it probably was obviously the Spirit, but the thought that, it wasn't going to be like this the whole time, that I would be able to, learn the language, and that, everything would work out great. My companion was also really helpful. He spoke a little bit of English. He was from Mexico. And he helped me out quite a bit with learning new words and understanding things. As far as learning and improving in the language, the thing that helped me the most was to only speak in Spanish. Try to think in Spanish, try to listen to everything in Spanish, forget English was my goal. And that helped me the most. Lots of people try to manage both, I guess, at the same time. But it really helped me just to focus on Spanish. The food is great. I mean, I don't think I ever had a bad meal. I did get sick the first week I was there, really sick. To the point where I was just laying in bed and dying. But yeah, that was really the only time I ever got sick on the mission. So that's good. But yeah, don't drink the water. Everybody says that. So yeah.